Hi everyone. Welcome to Bella Crafts Live. Hi, how's everybody doing today? So exciting. Um, oh my gosh. Okay, so before we get started, let us introduce ourselves. For those of you that are watching for the very first time, then you'll know. My name is Lisa Rojas, and I really wish that they would spell it correctly on the
Where?
comments, but when they do that, when you play back the video and you can see what we've been saying,
Oh, yeah. No.
yeah, it always
The words are
says
all wrong. Yeah.
whole
If you have
whole
closed
whole
caption, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. Anyways, I
I
kind of went
digress.
down the I went yes, I did. I went down the rabbit hole a little bit. Okay, so my name is Lisa Rojas and this is my business
Yes.
partner and very good friend and butler.
Hey,
Yeah.
Don.
Hi Don. Ooh, haven't seen you for a couple weeks, girl. So, yes, we are here today. We are doing Gina K today.
Love
I am
Gina.
so excited. I mean, Gina, who does not love Gina? I mean, my gosh, we've known her almost 10 years. It'll be 8 years, right?
Eat. Yep.
Something like
Yep.
that.
In person. I mean, I've known her
Right.
online, but yes, 8 years.
Yeah, that's
And she
quite a
is
while.
as sweet in person and real and genuine as she
Yep.
is on screen.
Yeah, we absolutely love her.
Hey,
So
Sylvia.
hi Sylvia. We apologize for being a little bit late. Um,
We have to stop apologizing. We're just always late at the
I
noon.
know it needs to stop. I hate being late to anything. But sometimes it happens and so I'm trying to there we go. So when I'm doing my live, I can actually maybe see comments. Who knows? Anyways, Gina is our sponsor today. I'm going to be working with her rubber stamps. This set is absolutely gorgeous.
It
This
is
stamp set
beautiful.
that I'm using. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm excited about that. I am going to show you this card has a lot of folds and flips, anyways. So this is what we're creating today, you guys.
Isn't that
Okay.
beautiful?
And I'll show you better when obviously when I switch cameras. But there you go. That's what it looks like. So you have this little interactive piece here, this little pop out right there, and then you've got the pull. So it's whoops, pull out. There we
It's
go.
so cool.
Anyways, I always try to do when I'm doing cards, I always try to make them a little bit interactive, a little bit more fun. So,
Than
that's
just a
what we're doing.
card.
Just, sometimes just a fun fold is good to share.
Yes.
I love it. Hi, Becca. Well, thank you
Hey,
very much,
Becca.
girl. Okay, so and I have
Oh,
my
good.
shirt
Don
on.
has this stamp set. Good.
Oh, you do? Oh, it is so pretty. You're gonna love it. Um,
What about your shirt?
what do you see what
You have
shirt
your
I have on?
Bellicon.
I do. So you need to pop in and tell everybody what's up.
Okay,
Because I'm wearing
so
my Belton shirt today.
I think I've been on the phone constantly for the last week. um,
Yeah.
I am nailing down our instructors for Bellicon. And last year we had 8 instructors and it was 2.5 days. This year we have 16 instructors
Yeah.
and it's 4 days. So it
Yeah.
is going to be so much fun. And it is the first day and a half will be some of the instructors aren't able to be live with us. So, hi, Bonnie. Some of them aren't able to be live and in person with us in Texas. So
Right.
the first day and a half, we will do the remote instructors.
Workshops.
And
Okay.
then we will do the in-person ones on Friday and Saturday. But it's so exciting to see everything fall into place. And it's exciting to have so many manufacturers on board with the swag. I did get a call yesterday from a manufacturer who is sponsoring the event. And he said, so I have to ship it a little differently. Can you accept a freight? And I'm like, a pallet? And he's like,
no,
pallet.
no.
And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, it's only on a pallet because, you know, I can't remember if he said there were 15 boxes or if there were 20 boxes, but they're like 15 pounds each. So I put them, and I'm like, where am I going to, you know, but I mean, it's all good because it's all going to leave my house and go in the swag bags. And it is fabulous stuff that he's sending. So,
right.
But I said, if they can put the pallet on my patio and we can carry it in one box at a time, it'll work.
There you go. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, this is like between Anna and I, when we did our very first BellaCon in 2015, we had a huge response from manufacturers. And we had pallets. That's what she's talking about, pallets, where they're like wood carts, and they're probably like 6 feet to, you know.
No, they're about they're generally 3 to 4 feet by 3 to 4 feet, but then they're stacked so high. And we were at Mall of America, and the marketing director kept calling me. We can't accept these. There's no place to put them because they started sending them before, you know, because I have a window, a time frame when they can send them, and they were shipping them way in advance. But so the swag is going to be amazing this year, and I am so thrilled.
It is. It always is. Our manufacturers are
fabulous sponsors.
Yeah, our sponsors are amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, as I said, we're doing Gina K today. She's giving away a $25 gift card to her store. So, that will be announced next week, right?
Yep.
Because this week we're going to be announcing ThermoWeb's winner on my live.
Yes.
But you're going to announce it. Because I don't know how long my voice is going to last.
Okay. Yes, I'll announce it. I am not doing a live this afternoon. I was going to. I have my project done. I actually did a project. But
totally.
I am in the midst of the event, and I'm leaving town tomorrow for a few days. And then when I get back, I have to get everything up for the event, and then I'm leaving town again. So I think I will pass.
Yeah, she needed to. I told her that. I told her.
Sometimes she's right.
Yeah, sometimes they're right. It doesn't happen very often. It's usually
about time off. We don't do it enough.
Okay, and I apologize for this, you guys. This is just my life. I'm on the tail end of the bronchitis again. So
sorry.
I'm still here. Yeah, it is your fault, you know.
I know.
But we're still here, and I'm really, really glad to be using Gina products because they're so beautiful. You know that Anna and I only use her stamp pads, because we love them so much.
When using die pads.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, because I do use others for pigments.
Yes. Sorry, I should have said that. So all of our dye ink pads, we both use Gina's, so we love those. Her stamps are beyond amazing, beauty wise. She has the best floral designs. Her stamps, the floral ones, they're like the best. She
has really a vision. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're just really beautiful. Especially the florals. Most of her stuff is gorgeous, but I really,
And
really love the
she
florals.
just had a release. Bonnie said she just finished watching Gina on Simon Says. Yes, we love her products too.
Okay.
I knew she was live just right before us. Sylvia, when and where will BellaCon information be posted? Next week, all of the instructors will be posted. So, like pictures of the instructors and their bios, general information about what they're teaching, and if or not they will have kits available. And then the following week will be more information about the event. And the information for the event will, we'll let you know when it goes out, but it will first go out to the people that attended last year so that they can grab their tickets right away. And then it will go out to our entire mailing list, which, and it will be posted on our website. So we will be discussing it a lot in the next few weeks and couple months. And we have some exciting teachers. I mean, so we're doing, of course, crafty goodness will abound, but we also have some technical workshops, like on how to use your Cricut, your silhouette, a laser, sublimation.
Those I could use one on Cricut.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So
I could definitely use one on Cricut.
Yeah. So there will be so much information and great workshops. So we're excited.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Last year was such a blast.
In 2 weeks. So next week we do an interview, and then the following week, Lisa will be doing a live. I will not, because I will be out of town, but I will be on her live. And that's when I'll announce more about the event, because the instructors will have been posted and the details of the event will be posted the following day. So,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody else experiencing and breaking up?
Because I keep on your end, because you've disappeared a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried. That's what I'm worried.
Okay, we gotta get to the project
before we yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, I'm gonna switch cameras. While I'm doing that, you can tell them about hashtag Bella Crafts and all of that good stuff.
So while you're watching, do like, share, and comment on this video. Share it with your friends. We'd love to spread the love and, of course, have more people watching us. And hashtag Bella Crafts. That enters you in for the giveaway for Gina's gift card this week. Hi, Helen.
Yeah.
And everybody says things are good on their end. So I am going to pop out and put links in while Lisa does her magic.
Okay. I don't know about magic, but
It is. It's kind of magic.
Okay. So this is what we are creating today. This is such a beautiful card. I was like, just,
it is stunning. That cardstock is beautiful with that.
The flower images, the floral images, as I said, I really love this one. I'm going to show you the stamp set in a second, but I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a twist on a card, because you know me, I don't usually do just straight up cards. They usually have funny folds, or they're interactive, or something like that. So this is what we're making today. And it actually is very easy, but I will start off right now by saying, if you make this card, I would suggest only using one layer of papers. And I'll explain that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is interactive, and we do have this cutout here. It wasn't hard to cut out, but it's really bulky. It's really bulky. I mean, you can still stick it in the mail and all of that, but it was a little bulky. So I would probably do it again with just the card base and a piece of pattern paper. This pattern paper is extra thick. So yeah, but you can still see it still works fine. It's gorgeous. So I just wanted to explain that real quick because yeah, sometimes that makes a difference. All right, so let me show you what I am working with here. Let me grab this. This is the stamp set that I'm using today. This is such a gorgeous stamp set. This is called Sending Love, I believe. Yes, Sending Love. And it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, I used this here and then these up here. And, let me tell you something right now, you guys. I love floral images, but I don't know anything about flowers. So, my mom used to be a gardener, and I have pictures of her, on my wall here so I can talk to her while I'm working. And I'm like, Mom, I don't even know what color these are supposed to be because I wasn't sure what they were. So I did do a little bit of research, and I don't think it would have mattered. I would have done it in any color I wanted, anyways. So, I'm good. All right. So let me show you too. Always before I create a card, especially using my really good papers, I'm always going to make up something first. I'm always going to do it first to make sure that, everything is going to work and everything is going to be nice and pretty for when I actually do, the project and use my really good paper. So for this is exactly what I did. And I'm going to show you how I created that. And then these are just basically layers. So I'm going to put that over here to the side because I got my measurements here. Now, don't forget about the measurements, you guys, because I am doing a blog post on this. It will be up on Sunday. It will have all of the what am I trying to say? Products that I
Dimensions.
use, dimensions, step by step, photography instructions. So everything is there for you. So if you don't get it now, don't worry about it. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, take all of this apart here so we can get started here. All right. So
See, you
you're
use
going to
my
start.
favorite colors.
I know. I did. I did. And I did think about you when I did it. Okay. So we're going to start with this. This is 4 3/4 by 6. Okay. And then you're going to score it at 4 3/4, which is half, and then score it again, which is 2 3/8. All right. So you've got that. This is going to be your base. And now a lot of this card is just layering. So that's what we're going to do now. I wanted a little bit more contrast between my pattern paper because to me, I did it like that first and I didn't like it. So it didn't pop for me. So that's why I added the yellow behind it. And I just thought that it was just so pretty this way
It is.
instead. But it did make my card bulky though. So you got to be careful. All
Could you
right.
use a
So what
copy weight paper under,
did I
for the
use?
yellow? For the yellow, use it like a
Yeah,
copy weight.
it's a hard stock, but it's a lightweight.
Well, but I meant like printer paper comes in different colors.
Yeah, no, not printer paper. This is cardstock.
I know it is, but I'm saying if you want
Okay,
it thinner, you could use a printer paper, a
there you
colored
go.
printer paper.
Yep. Okay, I got you now. I understand. All right. So we are going to begin by adding some layers. All right. So this actually is paper from my stash. I've had this paper for so many years and I never used it because I loved it so much. I didn't want to cut it up. But then I thought it's ridiculous.
I think I have
Ridiculous.
that paper too.
It's absolutely ridiculous to hold on to paper just because you think it's pretty. But I did. All right. So we've got this first layer, and then I'm going to put this down here. Okay. I'm just going to lay this down. All right. And then we've got our other sides over here. So again, we have layers. And we are going to be cutting and layering on this piece. Okay. And you want to do all of this first before you do the cut. So there is a method to my madness. All right. So we're going to start with this one. And then I'm going to add this real quick. You can tell that I'm not really laying a good line of glue down, but hey, as long as it sticks for you guys and you can see what I'm doing, then that's good. All right, so we've got that one, and then this one. We're going to add that. All right, and then this. I was a little upset because this paper had a label on it, as you can see, and I was a little bit angry about that, but this covered it, so then I didn't worry. All right, so I'm going to add these two pieces in. There we go. Okay, and again, I will give you, well, I'll give you the dimensions now, but I'll do it also on the blog post. So in case you missed them. So let's see. I already told you about the size of the base card. Okay, so what else is there? These strips are 2 1/8 by 5 3/4, and you need 2 of them. And that is for the pattern paper. So your cardstock is going to be 1/4 of an inch higher, okay, to create it like that. All right, so we've got this now. Now this is the front of our card. Okay, so we've got this all down, and it's all glued up. And then the next thing I'm going to glue are these two pieces. Now, I stamped this out, and I did this on a cream cardstock because it just, white was just too stark. So I did it on a cream cardstock, and of course I used Gina K's ink pad that I always use, and then watercolor, and then I watercolored my my images. And I did a very, very light touch. You guys know that have been following us for some time. I love lots and lots of color, but I kind of did this a little bit more, you know, a little bit more subdued. Oh, and my girl is just, hang on 1 second, guys. Ruby's crying, and I got to get her out.
I like it on the cream. I mean, it goes well with that pale yellow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, because white would have been dark.
Yeah,
and
I tried
on that cardstock you have. It looks like there's a little cream in there. So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Guys. Yeah, I did it on white, and I did not like it at all. So obviously, because you can see with the stamp, the image is huge. Okay, so this is the whole image. So what I did was I just stamped this part out, and then I die cut an oval. I laid an oval die over it and cut it out. And then of course I colored it. So we're going to add these two. All right, I'm going to add this one right there. Right, there we go. And then we have this other piece, and this is I believe these are pansies, and this comes from this beautiful stamp right here.
Okay, I love it with that flourish.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. So again, I stamped with my black, watercolored. And, for me, I like my images to last some time. So I do spray seal my images when I'm stamping. I know I always forget to tell you guys that. And Anne always says, you need to remind them. So, and she's right, because when you do, just spray like a light coat of sealant on them, the colors pop a lot more. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. All right, so for this, I didn't do it all the way around. I just wanted it down here on the bottom. All right, there we go. So now this is our inside piece, okay? And then I did another small oval, and I stamped this in the black saying sending love. All right, so now what we're going to do now is you're going to make the cut, okay? So as you can see, this is the opening. So you're going to turn it this way with the fold to you. Okay, make sure that you do that. And then I have my little thing here from using my, or doing them ahead of time on scratch paper. So I'm going to use this as a guide, but it is 1.5, no, sorry, 1 3/4. It's going to be, okay, so you're going to go in this way. Let me do this. That way you can see it better what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're going to go in from here, and you're going to put your first cut here, and then you're going to do your second cut here. Okay, so what I am going to do, as soon as I find my pencil, there it is. I'm just going to lightly just add some pencil there. Now, let me measure this just to make double sure. Yes, 1 3/4, and then this should be 3/4. Yeah. So you're going to go 1 3/4 from each side, come in, and you're going to go 3/4 of an inch up. All right. So once I did that, then I can see my little lines there. Then I took my scissors. This is where it started to get a little bit hard to do, because you're cutting through a lot of layers. But actually this actually it was working better than my sample card. So I might be getting shined on today. All right, so you're going to make those 2 slits. Okay. And then we're going to open this back up. And then it's hard to see, but here are your slits. So then what you're going to do from here is you're going to score it. All right. So you're going to go to the edges of your first cut, which is right there. And it is really hard to see. You might want to, you're doing this at home. I'm going to use this as a guide. But if you're doing it at home, you might want to mark your paper so it'll make it easier for you to see where you cut. All right, so this is what I want right here. So what I'm going to do, what I did is I just scored these 2 cut lines here, and then also I'm going to do it on the other side. And
it wouldn't be bad to have a little template like you have too.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I use scrap paper to do cards out like that, because it does help. And then it also works great when I forget something right in the middle of the project. All right, so we've got our score marks. Now the fun comes in. This is what I was talking about with the hard paper, or many layers, I should say. So you're going to pop up this center piece. All right, let me get my fingers in there. And then we are going to get these right here to fold. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way to help me with get my fold there. And I thought about adding the papers after, but then you have no idea where you're going to put your papers and stuff. So, I mean, it's up to you. You probably could do it that way. But this way would just seemed easiest for me. All right. So let me go over this one more time. Oops. But yeah, this pattern paper is pretty thick. So
Don asked if you could score it on the back. You couldn't because you fold the opposite way.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is where you have to, because you're using so many layers, this is where you have to fuss just a little bit. But you do not get discouraged, because it will work. There we go. And then once you get it started, you see how I have it started here? Okay, now some of my papers are pulling up. Not a big deal. You're going to go back in and just add a little bit of glue there. But I want to make sure that this fold is a really good one before we go any further. So make this just a little bit. There we go. All right, so you're going to then, once you've got it worked, then you're going to take the whole thing and fold it down. Okay. And this is what creates, as you can see, your shelf. Okay. Now, this is why I said you need to do your papers first, because of, all of the cutting and stuff. So real quick, let me glue some of this stuff back down a little bit. All right, so you've got your pieces on there. There we go. Oh, and this one's coming up. This is what happens when you do things quickly. Right, guys? All right. And a little bit right there. Okay. So you just want to make sure that that fold is going to work. And there we go. Now, as you'll see, now you're left with this. So this is, if you were just doing, no, I still think I would use lighter paper. Yeah, I would definitely try lighter paper, you guys. Although you did see that it can be done. But you do have to work a little harder at it. Okay, so this is the whole mechanism. And then what we're going to do for here is then I took 2 pieces of really, really lightweight pattern paper and glued these down. So then that way, that's going to cover up your cutout. All right, so we will add a little bit of glue. There we go. And make sure that you get your paper going the right way. Okay, glue that on. And then because this paper is so light, then it makes folding this back so much easier. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the back piece. Just take some glue, add a little bit of glue to your card. And then we're just going to layer this piece on top. Now, this worked out good because this paper was really, really light. If I had to add another cardstock piece on top, it might have been a rough going. So, this way with the light paper back here, I know that it works. Okay, so now we're just left to decorate. So you're going to take the center piece and see that's going to cover up your mechanism. So you're going to put some glue right here. Make sure that you don't get it on this edge, because if you do, you're not going to be able to open it. All right, so once that's in there, then lay it back down so you can get that glue to hold. And then at this point, if you do have excess paper or whatever on, you can just go ahead and just trim that right off. It's not a big deal. So that piece is on there. And then the front piece, I just added right here. So I'll add a little bit of glue on the edge here. Okay, and remember, you're only gluing this side. So you want to put that over there, put it nicely on there, and then that's going to cover up your surprise inside. There. Okay, so then lastly, what I did, again, die cut an oval, put sending love, and then I just added a piece of foam tape to the back here. Let me do that real quick. There we go. All right, does anybody have questions?
Okay, I have a few comments.
Okay.
That the one comment about scoring on the backside, you can answer that better.
Oh, on scoring the back?
Scoring on the back instead of going through the top layers so you could see it better?
You could probably try that. Yes, that would probably work.
I said it depends because you're folding usually you score and fold the opposite. That's why you do it on the front.
Yeah, you just have to make sure that all of your papers and everything are in the right place before if you're scoring from the backside, you got to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. So for me, I just did it this way, but yeah. Okay, and then to finish it off, I just added a few of the little yellow. These are really pretty yellow little bead thingies. I don't know what to call them. Bead embellishments.
Yes.
Gems. There we go. Gems. Okay. And then there you go. There's the card.
It is beautiful.
So it doesn't, for an interactive card, it does not take a whole lot of time to make. So that's always good. And then, like I said, create these beautiful images with Gina's stamps. Now on the inside here, you could, add another piece of like an ivory cardstock or cream color cardstock on the inside, and then put another sentiment in there if you want. Again, be careful if you do that. Be mindful of where your folds and stuff are, because you want to make sure that if you do put something in here, it's not going to be able to be seen while the card is closed unless you want it to be seen. Then that's up to you. Then you can put it down here.
Die cut it the same size as your flower in the front.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So there you go.
It's beautiful, Lise.
Thanks. I really love this. I was so surprised on the colors because you know how much I love my color. All right, so you guys talk amongst yourselves. Whoops, I just whacked my camera.
Okay, so I marked a few comments. Sandy says she knows what you mean about using your pretty paper. She does the same thing because she doesn't want to part with it. And yes, I have had paper, 15 years or more, but I do.
I know, right?
I get that. And Lori's goal is to use up all the pretty paper she's been hoarding. And Sandy said, that's a great idea. I'm going to try that also. Oh. And that is a good idea because, sometimes you buy a paper pack because you love a few of those pieces, but do you ever use them? No, because you want to save them. But I also, at one time, I did have a store. And so when I bought paper, it would be 25 at a time. And I taught a class one time on how to upcycle your cardstock. Like if you have a piece you really don't like,
Yeah.
and we painted it and we decoupaged on it and we stamped on it and we, it was so beautiful. I should do something like that again.
That would be a good technique.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you're using what you have. Dawn said she ordered Gina's kit last night. So pretty and such a great value. She does make things such a great value. I mean, she knows she is a master at
everything crafty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this stamp right here is probably 5.5 inches at least, maybe even 5 3/4.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Dawn says buying craft supplies and using them are two different hobbies.
I know. I'm like so bad at that. That's why this paper is from K. This is from K & Company.
I have that. Okay. I know. I love that. Yep.
I mean, so you know how long I have been hoarding this paper. All of this area behind me here, I know you can't see it. Thank God you can't see it. But all of behind here is nothing but paper from the floor up for about 4 feet. Papers in drawers.
I know.
I will never ever use them all. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I even went through them when I redid my studio. Mm-hmm. But it's time to
get rid of that. Rebecca says she's trying not to buy any more stamps because she has over 100 she hasn't used. And using them this year is her goal. That's a good goal. Yeah. Organizing craft supplies is another hobby. Yes, Lori, I do that a lot. I love to organize.
Yes, I do too.
And I save way too much stuff. I mean, even like if we have clothing that is not going to the Goodwill or to somebody else, I cut certain parts off because I know I'll use them in crafting. I mean, like I saved some of the pockets off jeans because yes, I would use those. I have used those in my designs. I cut buttons off shirts. Or if it's a really cool tag, but I've been much better about going through my stuff about once a year. Isabel says, Lisa, I know I could open a paper shop with what I have.
I know, right? That's what Rochelle said one day when she was over. She wanted to borrow some paper for something. She's like, good Lord, Mom, you could open your own store.
Well, right. And my daughter-in-laws, like one of them homeschools, they have 7 kids. And I said, why are you buying things? You come here. Yes. Get what you need.
Yeah, Rochelle knows. She doesn't even go to the craft store anymore. She knows.
Right. My daughters know. I mean, because they'll just say, hey, Mom, do you have pom-poms? Do you have this? Do you have,
Yeah. And I used to call my mom's craft store. Because I did it to her. She, come take whatever you want. I have tons. I was like, so yeah. But my paper, I'm really bad about my paper. I really am. But I saw this stamp and I thought, oh man, that calls for some glamour,
Oh, I know. And the K & Company paper, she used it. Such beautiful paper. Beautiful.
It was my favorite company at that time. Yes.
Diane says, that's funny. Come on over. You have lots to share. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
I mean,
that's it.
Okay. So you guys can see, this is part of my studio. I have part over here. And I have a separate sewing room. So, but I mean, it is my job, but still, it is.
My room is about half of hers, maybe even less. But oh boy, do I have a lot crammed in here.
In my defense, we had 5 kids. We have a big house. We're still in the same house. Isabel, it's all about recycling. I dismantle old tape cases. Someone is going to use the actual tape, but I have lots of teeny weeny screws and other interesting things. Right. I mean, I save jars and yes, you just repurpose everything.
Yeah.
Sandy, I enjoy sharing my stash. Yes.
I do too. I do too. I really like, especially when it's overwhelming, when it's to the point where I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm like, oh, please just take it all. Just go ahead. I mean, Zoe went through probably 6 bags of crafts when I redid my room, and she took them all home. And Rochelle was like, Mom, what is this about? Hey, she wanted them.
I know. I know. I send stuff too. Diane
Yeah,
says,
it's
if only
terrible.
I could get mine organized half as much as you. In a year, I'll retire and have more time to
There
purge
you
other
go.
things. But like I said, this is my job.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what Lisa and I do. So,
Yeah, we don't work outside.
well, yeah, but
Well,
that
right.
is why it's organized because, okay, so like, I know this drives most people crazy, but before I leave for anywhere,
It's true.
I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to Florida for a few days to visit my mom. And this whole room will be cleaned up. I mean, you may not see the mess I have here, but there is a mess because I'm working
There
on a
is a
huge
mess. I
project.
saw it.
I'm working on a huge project for NAMTA. And
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
exciting.
leave my house unless everything is put away and where it's supposed to be, because if I come home inspired, I want to go in my room and work, and I
Yep.
can't if it's messy.
Yep.
So,
I can't, especially my desktop, because I don't have that much room anyway. So I got to take advantage of what I got,
yep, yep.
and learn how to deal with, hiding things and putting things and stacking things and all that fun stuff. But hey, it's what we do. We're crafters. It's what we do, right? I
hmm
mean, it's
We have
true.
a really good scrap store here in East Scotland, and I share any surplus between the local community center and the scrap store. That is
Oh,
so sweet,
yes.
Isabel. And Diane, you're right. It's your job, and you just show us what can be done to help us organize. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I
Oh, I have
I
six
like
bags.
to I share a lot of my craft supply, well, with all my grandkids and everything, but like my fabric, my sewing area, I donate fabric to my church because
Mhm.
we make quilts for all the seniors that graduate, and for Habitat for Humanity and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
my supplies, if I try to donate, I have brought some to Goodwill, like if I don't know who to give them to.
Yeah.
But I do like to donate to people that need them to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have
Well,
packed
that's
up things and done big boxes and sold them.
well, when my mom was at her place, um, in her retirement center, that I always took my finished projects down there to
Yep.
share with everybody. I gave tons of supplies for them to do their little craft classes during. And
Oh yeah.
I wanted to make a comment. I saw Diane say, Lisa, wow, 6 bags.
Didn't
Diane,
even put a dent.
this room had not been cleared out. I mean, cleared out like I did that time for what did I tell you? What did I tell you, Anne? Like, was it like 20 years or something?
Oh yeah, it had been forever. And
It, yeah.
yeah, no, she did a deep dive because she had so many stamps that
Oh my
we
God.
we really can't, like, I have some woodblock stamps that I love and I'll never get rid of,
Right.
and I use them occasionally, but we had so many that we couldn't use them in our designs because people couldn't get them anymore,
Right.
so
Yeah.
sometimes you
Yeah.
just need to purge.
Yeah. That was a big one. That was a big purge
That was
because, like I
huge.
said, it was like 20 years. And you have the rolly carts and they have like, 6 to 7 drawers in them. Well, I had one, two, three, four, five. I had 6 carts like that, and each drawer had at least 2 layers of stamps in the drawers. It was so bad I couldn't even see what was in the bottom anymore. I
Right.
had like this much room because this was all in front of my desk. And I said, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it. It's making me crazy. It's got to go. So I did a deep dive. So 6 dads was not, like Ann
I
said, not
know.
even a dent.
It's
Oh, it
nice
was,
when we are able to purge. Rebecca says the
yes.
stamps are what she's having a hard time purging, but I need to as I'm running out of space to store them.
I know.
Yes. I mean,
Stamps are
I
hard
do,
for me.
like I have 2 shelves on this side and 2 shelves on this side. My son made me these really cool shelves that are about 3 inches deep, and they have like 8 shelves on them. So the top 2 shelves on both of those, I have my wood block stamps displayed, the ones that mean
Yeah.
something to me, whether
Yeah.
I knew the artist or I just love them so much, or I used them for some of my first workshops. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's they're
I got
really
rid
on
of
display.
thousands.
I know, right?
I got rid of thousands of stamps. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Um, Bonnie, my room needs a cleaning, especially after the holidays, and maybe a purge. Purging is
Oh,
hard
yeah.
as crafters.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys see
I
all,
could
all
purge
my,
my whole house and be fine.
I know,
I totally could. I could
all
just
my
say, yeah,
little
you did all
tiny
of it.
drawers. I mean, they're filled with stuff. Like
Yeah.
some have scraps of foiling pieces, some have scraps of foil, some have little flower, but it's funny. My husband used to complain, but now he'll come in. Do you have a
Uh-huh.
little wooden piece that's about, I mean, and he knows I do, but when
That
you
is
can't
so
see what
true.
you have, it's definitely time to, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, okay, so Diane says that in April, her Madison Mingle card making weekend, we're bringing extra cards for the military and end up with hundreds of cards with positive messages and blank insights for others to use them. That is awesome.
That
Yep.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
At our
Giving
first
back
two
to the military
BellaCons,
always.
our in-person ones, we had manufacturers donate supplies where people could sit and make cards, and we
Yeah.
donated them all to Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
I think
I
it's
remember.
wonderful when you donate things.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
I mean, especially
Because it's
military, and
yeah.
have a son who's
Yes.
in Japan. I know it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I have a
it's all touches
grandbaby
our heart, huh?
in Minnesota. I have a grandbaby in Mississippi. She's just new. She's
I
just
know,
new to the Air Force. That
I
was
know.
hard. I was like, no, don't leave.
It
But yeah, all
is.
right. So we have just gabbed your ears off, guys.
I know. I'm reading some more comments. Sandy says
Okay.
my local library has branched out so much in the crafting area for the community, and I share with them both crafting supplies and fabric. Oh, I should check my library.
There you
Yeah.
go. What Becca's
Yeah.
saying, I use utensil holders for my wood stamps. That's a good idea. Yeah. And then you have 4 on the wall and it yeah. Okay, so you've got 4 shelves on the wall, Rebecca. I know you do. That's too funny.
Yes,
Oh my
Diane, thank you.
gosh.
Ronald McDonald House is a good
Yes.
example. Yeah, I know. When we did in-person events, or when we go back to in-person events, I always want to find someone that we can donate things to. It's just,
Yeah. It's important.
it's just a
It really
good thing.
is.
Okay,
Right,
so we should announce last week's winner. It is a prize package from ThermoWeb, right? It's not a gift certificate.
Yes.
So we need
both, I think, because I'm not sure. Dawn didn't tell me for sure. I think she said product.
Regardless,
so we need both.
It's going to be fabulous because it's from ThermoWeb. I mean,
oh yeah, they always give good giveaways. Always.
They do. And it is so if it's a product package, we'll need your mailing address and your email. And the winner is Angie Self. I don't see her here right now, but I do know that she watches. So hopefully she'll catch on replay. Lisa will make a graphic and share it. So congratulations, Angie.
Yes, exciting.
And do what Sandy just did. # Bella
Love that.
And make sure you share our videos and share the love with your friends. We would love to have some new viewers that are able to watch us in person.
Live.
Even
we
though
got lots to watch after.
right. I mean, we can't find the perfect time for everybody. I know Isabel is, over in Scotland. Everybody has,
different places.
It's hard to make that perfect time, but we try. And next week we will be back with an interview. So we're only having one live next week. It's at 2:00 Central Time. And our interview, that person is actually traveling next week. So I'm hoping the connection, everything works. She is going to Creative World in Germany. So she will have just landed and she'll be at her hotel. So we think we're going to have a good connection. And
good. Okay.
Then we will announce the winner for the Gina K.
Yes.
During that live.
Yes.
And so be sure and come back. We will post who the interview is with on Monday and share that with you. And what else?
I think that covers it.
So that's at 2:00 Central Time. We would love to see you all there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yes. I have to check in for my flight and pack.
I'm
my
excited.
husband called today and said, "So are you packed yet?" And I said, "Actually, I'm trying things on for when we go to Texas." I mean, because like for my mom, I know. I mean, I'm just there a couple days, so I don't need that much, and it's not really warm there, so I don't need a lot.
No.
I'll bring a pair of flip-flops, but I don't know if I need.
There you go. I'm just glad you're going.
It's 72 today in Florida. Oh, that would be nice. I saw tomorrow it's going to be in the 60s, which is better than -14. So regardless, I'm going to be happy. So thank you, Sandy. So congratulations, Angie. And remember to take some time to craft because it's good for your soul.
It's good for your soul. It really is.
We believe that.
Oh.
It could be cold in the morning, in the afternoon. I live 1 mile from Gina K warehouse and offices. I was offered a job, but am not retired yet. It's a retirement job dream, but you won't have a paycheck. Gina would be wonderful to work for. She is a great friend, and that would be a great job for you to do, Diane. I agree.
Yeah, you have.
So you're in
Wisconsin.
Of fun. Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
All right, you guys.
We'll see you
on next week.
Okay.